Adam Carolla's on the road. San Diego, April 11th and 12th at the American Comedy Club. Port Charlotte, Florida, May 2nd and 3rd at Visani's Italian Steakhouse and Comedy Theater. And Melbourne, Florida on May 4th at the Melbourne Auditorium. Get tickets for these shows and a whole lot more at adamcarolla.com.
All right, Mayhem's here. He's got some news.
Yeah, the news. First up, the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is under fire after comments he made during his recent appearance on The View.
We're going to hear that?
You know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people. A barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay.
Where'd the music come from?
They were playing him off, trying to get to a commercial break. You can see Whoopi. Watch it again. You'll see Whoopi going, "Hey, Chuck, we're going to go to break." But she's not able to interrupt.
Yes.
He is a politician, and he knows how to filibuster.
It's weird because I saw it a couple times. I didn't hear the music.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
What is that?
It's attached to the video. I haven't seen it without music before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've seen it. Maybe on your phone you hear it differently. But that's on the video.
So that's their
Watch
music.
Whoopi. Let's watch it again.
No, I know Whoopi makes the
yeah.
move, but play it again.
You know
Sorry.
what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people. A barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay.
Oh, wow. They're playing him off. Listen, this old fuck needs to step aside. Also, it's like somebody... I always think about Mark Garagos, and Mark Garagos has clients, high-profile people.
Yeah.
And if they go... I want to sit down and do an interview with ABC. He goes, no talking. You're not going to sit there and talk because when you start there and start talking, and later on they're going to use it against you.
Locked into a story.
Yeah, and when Alec Baldwin was going to sit down with George Stephanopoulos and do a long interview about the whole shooting thing, Garagos was vehement. It's like, do not do that. Do not let your client go sit down with that guy. Mm-hmm. You get nothing out of it, and it will be used against you at some point. And so what's he do? He goes and sits down and talks to him, and then he says, I never squeezed that trigger. And then the FBI forensic bullet guy says it was squeezed. The trigger was squeezed. And now he's lying. And now they're throwing that in his face in court. That's why you don't do it. Chuck Schumer and all you fucking idiots that just go out there and just start running at the mouth and pissing off Americans, especially business owners and stuff, they're going to turn these into commercials against your party in the next election.
Yes.
And he's also saying the quiet part out loud, like these people starting their own business, wanting to keep their money. Okay. First off, fuck you. Secondly, you don't do anything. You don't run a business. You don't know what it's like. And you do not know how difficult the government makes it to navigate when you run a business. Also, nobody I know, there's not a human being I know, and I only hang out with rich guys and mayhem. Those are the only group that's just exclusively successful, wealthy, well-to-do, responsible, sober winners, and mayhem are the two. That's the two groups I hang. Those are the only people I hang out with. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. None of them ever say I should pay nothing in tax. They get it. Someone's picking up garbage. There's cops to pay. There's firemen to pay. None of them say no taxes. They go less taxes.
Yeah.
These guys are in a 50% tax bracket in California. They're at 50%. They don't want it to be 50%. They would be over the moon with 30%, and that would seem like enough for you guys to keep a little water in the reservoirs in case the winds kick up. But okay, they don't like two things. They feel like your bullet train to nowhere that costs $80 billion more than you estimated. They feel like that's a waste of money, and they feel like the percentage is too high. But they're not worried about the concept. You guys portray all these people as guys who don't think they should have to pay taxes. No, they know they have to pay taxes. They don't want to pay at such a high rate. And as I was watching, let's watch Schumer one more time just to get me going. And by the way, reminiscent of the fantastic Obama speech from whatever year, when he's like, you didn't build that. By the way, the Obama speech is great because it's not him saying you didn't build that. It's him in front of a room of dumb losers going, you think you're smart? You think you work harder? People work hard. This fucking hard work argument is retarded. Mark Garagos works in an air-conditioned office with a high-back leather chair, and I used to work on roofs of apartment buildings. Okay, my job was harder. I worked harder than his. I didn't work smarter. I didn't get educated. I didn't get trained. I didn't put the time in that he put in, but I did work harder. Diesel mechanics work harder. Everybody, when you go to the airport and you see the dudes down with the ear protection on and they're pushing bags around on the tarmac, the throwers. Yeah. And the guys emptying out the fucking blue water latrine from the sludge from the plane, and then the guy's hooking up the gas. He's gassing up the plane. That guy is working harder than the two pilots that are sitting in the cockpit watching them doing nothing, texting their girlfriend on their phone. They're working harder, but guess what? They get paid less. They get paid less because they didn't go to flight school and they didn't go to the Naval Academy and they didn't do what the pilots did. So what's your suggestion? I mean, how do we remedy this? Yeah, the people who work hard physically get paid less. I sit here and bloviate, not hard. Used to dig ditches, was hard. Got paid $7 an hour, $8 after I bought a pickup truck. But this whole thing, you think you work hard? Yeah, okay.
Well, also, now you're not working an 8-hour day on a construction site. You're working a 15 to 16 hour a day behind a microphone. So technically, although you're not breaking a sweat for a paycheck anymore, you're still working pretty hard.
Not breaking a sweat. You listen to him?
No, I don't work that many hours, but I will say this in my defense. I rarely worked, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no matter how shitty construction is, only a handful of Sundays. Worked a fair amount of Saturdays, but not that many Sundays. But I work Sundays now, and I'm never really off the clock because I always have an idea and I always want to share something, and I'm always jotting down a note. But let's not mistake this for hard work, even though I appreciate what you're trying to do there, Dawson. All right, let's hear Chucky one more time. Sorry.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or
all right, pause
I built my company with my...
Yeah, you built your company. Yes, you did make your money. You made your money by yourself, and now I would like to give a reasonable percentage of it to the government so that we could have policemen and firemen and trash. That's what we're saying. And then I started thinking about this. It's really the percentage. If you're in a high bracket in California, you're just sitting right about 50%. All right. I have an agent. He gets 10%. Mike August books a live show. He gets 10%, and I get 90% because I'm on the fucking road, standing on the stage, going through the hotels, going through the airports, and doing the work. Mike is very happy to stay home in Yorba Linda and take 10% of me leaving and working. The government doesn't leave or work or ever go. They didn't go on the road this weekend with me. They went 50%. My thing is like, I'm fine with a percentage, and we could agree on that. But A, don't take 50%, and then B, stop demonizing the people that are at 50% who are working Sunday fucking nights, you retard.
I think he hurts his argument when he gets into this sing-songy,
Yes.
I'm in
I built
kindergarten.
my business by myself. Yes, they did. Well,
This guy's a leader in the government.
here's the these people want to start a business. I know, he's a fucking asshole.
What a
And it shows,
retard.
it shows how far, it shows the circles he hangs in and the people he talks to and the people he listens to. He's not hanging around with loggers who fucking work. Here, construction
Both
guys.
sides of the aisle are sick of the guy, and they hate him. The Democrats tell him to step down.
But also, like, think about this. All right, Mike, whatever, show business. Your manager, agent, gets 10%. Manager, 10%. Maybe agent, 10%. Book agents, guys like that. Okay. If one of those guys went, if Mike August went, you know what, I'll take 50%, I'd go, fuck off. I'm not gonna, that's nuts. I'm going on the road. I'm going on the fucking road and stand up there. I'm writing all the material. I'm sweating my ass off. You're back in Yorba Linda working on your short game, or you're in the green room devouring all the mixed nuts for me. So, no, I'm not giving you 50%. And by the way, nobody's giving you 50%. They would stop doing comedy. God's honest. If somebody said, I got a 50%, well, guess who gets 50%? Not Mike August. The government gets 50%. And they don't leave. They don't even know what I'm doing. It just comes in.
Yeah.
So, bullshit. But also, I was thinking about it too. It's like I started to kind of go through it in my mind. Like, I'm working with a realtor now because I've been displaced. Realtor gets 4%, 5%, 4.5%. They don't get 50%. They don't get 30%. They get, and by the way, these guys, these realtors, they'll meet you on a Thursday at night to go look at a house. They'll meet you Sunday morning. They'll go to the house. They'll meet you with 10 minutes notice. They'll go, well, they'll get out of bed and go walk, go meet you and walk. And they could look at 20 houses and have no sales. Nothing's right. They haven't made a penny. They haven't made a penny yet. They just do it because they're trying to get 4.5%, not 50%. So I don't know where this 50% or even whatever, the federal 37%, whatever. It's way too fucking high. No other business works that way. If you do a thing where it's like you go, look, you handle the merch, I'll do the stuff, but you print the merch out, then you do the T-shirts, and then you ship the T-shirts. Okay, that guy get 25%, maybe. It's not getting 50%.
It's saying, hey, you're going to work a 9-hour day, but those last 3 hours, I get the money.
Right. Okay, so he doesn't like people who have businesses. And also, could you imagine? I just rented out. I was thinking about this woman. I rented out a warehouse to her who started her own business, dog care business, kind of, dog, dropped the dog off, had stayed like a kennel.
Doggy hotel.
Doggy hotel. It was her house. And she started out of her house and we'd use her. And then eventually she ended up renting a warehouse of mine, and she came in and she put money into it, put air conditioning, and did the flooring, and did all the little doggy kennels, and set up all the stuff, and paid tons and tons of dough to outfit it and get all the equipment. I'd go by there, there'd be a plumber there, an electrician there, like setting up the little doggy bath in the back with the cleaning and everything. Can you imagine going up there and going, yeah, you think you started this business yourself? No, you did. She'd fucking slap you in the face with a flip-flop. She'd be incensed if you just went in and started explaining to her she didn't do that. All right, I'll play you Obama's speech, which is good, too. This one's a while ago. But by the way, this is Obama saying it out loud, everybody. Now, he's basically saying, really what they're saying is, stupid, lazy people, just vote for me. I'm not hanging out with any of you. I'll be in Martha's Vineyard with Jay-Z, but I need you to vote for me. Here we go.
If you were successful, somebody along the line gave you some help.
Oh, he's in his black voice.
There was
now.
a great teacher somewhere in your life. Somebody helped to create this unbelievable American system that we have that allowed you to thrive. Somebody invested in roads and bridges. If you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
What?
Fucking asshole. By the way, hey, Dumbos who voted for this guy, the second you saw that, you should have went, oh, Jesus, no. I'm not, no. That's called communism. I mean, I don't know what that is. That's not good. Somebody else did that. He had the first part of the speech where he went, you didn't do that yourself, and then he just kind of freeformed the second.
I think he fumbled that. Like, that
did.
wasn't what he meant.
Oh,
but he said it.
No, that's not what he meant to say. That's what he thinks.
Oh, yeah.
And also, he got in front of a bunch of dumb poor people, and he was getting carried away with himself.
What do you mean? He put on the MLK voice.
Right. Somebody built a road. Yes. Somebody built a road. And somebody had a school teacher. Yes. And you had indoor plumbing. That is correct. And then you built a business. That's how that goes.
Well,
so he doesn't like it.
Yeah,
By the way, look, I don't know what year that was from, Dawson. We can figure it out. But the point is this. Obama and Chuck Schumer, that isn't that's not a unique thought. That's how that party thinks. That's how they think. Mm-hmm. We need your money because you should give it to us so we can have government take care of you and all the other people. But no one ever really gets into the part where they waste billions of dollars and trillions of dollars. That's a part. That thing is 13 years old, that speech, or 12 and a half years old. Roanoke, Virginia, and that's where he gave the speech in July of 2012. Yeah, it's not new. That's how they think, folks. So, and by the way, here's what I would say about those guys. Listen to them when they talk. That's what they mean. I mean, when Trump goes, I want to shut down the border, he wants to shut down the border. When Chuck Schumer gets sing-songy and insulty about people starting their own business, or Obama talks about you not doing it yourself, that's what he means. Mm-hmm. Now, when Kamala Harris talks, I don't know. I don't know what she means. All right, let's do one more, shall we?
Yeah, sure. I think that you mentioned Alec Baldwin. I guess I'll jump into that. Hilaria Baldwin, which is a hilarious name, snaps at husband Alec for interrupting her during a red carpet interview. Check this out.
It's going to be great. You're a winner. Oh, my God. When I'm talking, you're not talking. Sorry. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to, just cut him out of the show. It's going to be great. You're a winner. Oh, my God. When I'm talking, you're not talking. Sorry. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Baldwin's. I predict Baldwin's going to fake his own death soon.
I predict he shoots another lady.
We have a horrible... Our society is so funny. Could you imagine if you reverse the roles on this?
Right.
If Baldwin pulled that on her, the internet would explode. The ladies from The View would be outraged. Everyone. Now, she's a hero and empowered, but if he did that, the ladies from The View, man... They would not be happy with Alec.
Yeah. They're out here promoting their show, The Baldwins, and a new reality series. Everybody's giving a little fierce criticism because reviewers saying that it's a distasteful attempt to restore the actor's image.
Baldwin is a couple things. At the end of the day, these guys need money. You need money. You got a lifestyle, and you got 6 kids or whatever, and you gotta get paid.
Yeah.
And doing independent films is not really getting you paid. Baldwin is like one of these guys who's real high intellect guy, real smart, but sort of volatile too. And he's probably one of these guys that is, they say ignorance is bliss, and like when I see my Labrador Phil, he's always happy because he's a dope. You know what I mean? He likes it. And then there's a version of smart where you can be smart and happy, but Alec Baldwin ain't that guy. He's smart. It's sort of like you can go to the ball game and enjoy a hot dog, But if you know everything that's in that hot dog, you can't enjoy it. Better to just not know and just eat that dog, bro. And Baldwin is like a super high IQ dude who just ends up sort of, if you know too much, well, a couple things. If you know a lot, then you also know there's a lot you don't know, which bothers you a little bit. Better to be a dumb know-it-all than a smart guy that's like constantly questioning himself, you know? But he is kind of trapped in his own brain.
But like the wife, though, what's your take on her? Because like that was a weird, snappy thing to do on a red carpet in front of the whole world.
We have conditioned women to think it's funny and cool to do that kind of clap back thing and do all that stuff. We think it's funny. We think it's empowering.
He was trying to banter with her, and she, instead of yes and, she yes and shut that shit down.
Well, there's the phrase, you go, girl. There's no you go, boy. There's just you go, girl. And I think in lieu of a sense of humor, which she does not have, she tries to, she's trying to dice it up here, and it's not landing quite right. Also, what happened to her accent? Wasn't she like, in my home country, we have no word for cucumber. That is a word that you have. That is not. Was it tomato?
I didn't know that.
Oh, she had
cucumber.
Cucumber.
We call him pepino. Cucumber.
She lost her accent.
She had an accent.
She had a como se dice moment.
Yeah. She did. Where
she was like, isn't she from Boston or something?
Well, yeah, but you know how my dad's family's from Sicily, and I walk around playing a mandolin and a squeeze box and pushing a gondola. I wear a gondolier's outfit, and you can hear my thick Italian accent all the time. And I do a lot of how you say, and you always kind of jump in and help me out in the words I can't think of because I'm thinking in Italian. That's what happens when your dad's family's from Italy. So, I can't speak good English.
Oh, we have it? We have it.
Oh, this is good.
We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers. We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers.
¿Cómo se dice?
Yeah, I think there's a tomato in that bowl, too. So maybe I just saw it. And it was cucumber or tomato, but cucumber. Yeah, all right. But now our English is
For the
good.
record, it's tomate.
Tomate and cucumbers pepino.
Sí, claro.
Oh. You know how I know cucumbers pepino?
No.
Because I asked I'm sitting around, I've told the story before, I'll make it fast, but I told my Spanish-speaking nanny, I was thinking about Pepino Cuevas, a Hall of Fame boxer. Don't make that face. You're a combat sports guy.
No, I know. I just didn't know that you were going there.
Pepino Cuevas. And I said, Pepino Cuevas. And Pepino's not. I said to my nana, I go, what's Pepino mean? She goes, cucumber. Cucumber. What kind of... I think it means little guy or something, too. But what kind of name is Cucumber Cuevas? I mean, for a fighter. You know what I mean? It's not a good...
Yeah.
It
doesn't evoke, it's not mayhem.
It doesn't instill, dangerous fear into the hearts of the opponents, right?
Definitely not.
Pepino. Is Pepino cucumber and little man or junior or something? I think you call your kid Pepino, but it means cucumber. Maybe they just call him that. Yeah. Hall of Famer. That was a good boxer. Back when they had those blood and guts. Mexican boxers.
Yeah.
Remember those guys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Put your head down, shoe shine.
That's right, the shoe shine.
I'm finding pepino as a spiny Andean shrub or the fruit of this plant. So it may look like a cucumber. It may be a kind of cucumber.
Oh, it's a fruit
spiky little plant is a little vicious.
Pepino has roots in medieval Latin name pepinus. Huh?
Yeah.
Meaning small or little. Oh, I don't want to connect that to penis.
Yeah, no, I thought
penis,
maybe
yeah.
they were calling him Little Dick to piss him off.
Yeah, it means little, but it also means cucumber, which is, I don't know.
An edible, usually purple-marked yellow fruit.
Whoa, Pepino's getting more phallic.
It's purple and edible. All right. Enough of this nonsense.
Shenanigans.
Enough shenanigans. Go to amcroll.com for all the live shows coming to doing stand-up at American Comedy Club. That'll be April 11th and 12th. And then I'm traveling all over the place. You can just go to amcroll.com for that. I want to thank Callie Means for the conversation. And I also want to thank Terrence K as well. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla. For all those guys in Mayhem saying, mahalo.